This video covers the final 2 days of our trip to the Lake District in October of 2015. On the Friday we take a visit to TARN HOWS, but on Saturday we start from Little Arrow and make our way through some quarries along what is commonly known as Tova High Common towards our eventual goal of White Maiden and Walna Scar. Then, after a brief descent on the Walna Scar road, we drop off and take in the little gem of Bannis Head Quarry. But first, on the Friday, we visit the wonderful TARN HOWS. Originally 3 tarns, in 1862 James Marshall landscaped the area and dammed it so all the tarns merged to form one large tarn. In 1930, and owned by Beatrix Potter, she donated it to the National Trust. TARN HOWS is a place that can be visited any time of the year, and though it was dull today, the autumn colours were really delightful. Along the path we came up against this wonderful tree that had thousands of coins in it, and we didn't realise they were coins for quite some time. These apparently are put in by passers-by who wish for good luck, and how they're hammered in, well, by the old ancient art of hitting it with a rock. After the strenuous walk of Scafell Pike the day before, TARN HOWS and its 3-mile round circuit was just the perfect warm down for us. Already a very popular place, we recommend TARN HOWS to you. However, a further recommendation, if you wish to enjoy its tranquility, would be to go midweek and avoid all the crowds. Beautiful, this TARN HOWS, just beautiful, and it's unbelievable the wildlife out here. Oh dear, oh dear. It's the wild man of TARN HOWS. Now that's grim. You alright, Breaker?
I'm fine.
The next day, Saturday, we get back on the walking trail and we set off out the front door of our wonderful digs, the Wheelgate Guest House, and get ourselves in a couple more fells before we go home. We had heard through local contacts that the Torva High Common offered some fantastic sights and some hidden little gems. So I hope you agree, that is exactly what we found. The route takes in many disused quarries, and we were aware that a very special gem was awaiting us at the end of the walk. However, what we were also surprised to realise was that the views were quite spectacular of the Old Man of Coniston and all the fells in the surrounding area. We have to tell you that we could have spent many hours here exploring this area, and it was a great shame, to be honest, that we had to move on. These old slate workings are well worth a visit if you can find the time to fit them in amongst climbing the fells. Obviously we couldn't stand around all day taking it all in, so eventually we had to accept that it was time to make our way towards our first fell of the day, White Maiden. break over. It was time to get the lungs and the heart beating once more. And with no path as such from the side we were going up, it soon became another test for Chris's hip. With the summit gained in sight of the old man of Coniston, it wasn't long before we were getting emotional that this was the first trip that Dave Galloway wasn't with us.
Okay, here we are at White Maiden. We banged up the highway, basically from the southwest, from the estuary direction. High five for Dave.
Good on you, Dave. I'm thinking about you again, mate. Wish you were here.
Yeah, missing old Dave. Never mind, can't have it all. But yeah, in honour, we got some views of the old man of Coniston, but we're not going up there. We're just enjoying some of the outlying fells, some of the burkets, and this is White Maiden. And we're going to go on now to Walna Scar.
I have visited the Coniston Fells many times, yet always in Clegg, so it was with great joy that I eventually got my first view of Coniston Water. Plus, again, for the first time, a great view of the Scafell Massif. You can obviously get to Walna Scar a much simpler way by walking up the Walna Scar Road. However, this was Saturday and we wanted to avoid all the crowds, and it really worked. From where we were walking along by the quarries, we could see quad bikes, dirt bikes, motorbikes of all sort, and cyclists all banging up the Walna Scar Road. And then, just to top it off, as we got to the top of Walna Scar, we could see a tourist helicopter just buzzing all day, well it seemed all day, around the Coniston Fells. We love the weekdays, I can tell you. Within a few minutes of dropping off the Walna Scar Road, we were eventually at what we'd been waiting for all day.
way down there now. Well, great fun getting down there, but well worth it. Fantastic little thing. Graham's disappeared off around the other side. See if we can pan round and get him without falling down. Hop. Oh dear. Where is he? There he is. Straight over there. Go down. Just see the waterfall now. Look at that pouring down. Well, hey, quite a long way. I'm not going down there. Not me hip. I'll save that for another day. Look at that. One of the hidden little gems of the Lake District.
Well, Bannis Head Quarry certainly lived up to expectations, but sadly it was time to return to Little Arrow. And here we have a nice little sty, but if you look very, very closely, you can see the sty is actually jointed. Fantastic, look at that. How long has that been there? Them old sheep, they can jump up there straight over.